Welcome to Learn English with History. Today, we will explore the rich and fascinating history of Japan. Japan is a country with a unique and varied past, filled with stories of ancient cultures, powerful samurai, and significant transformations. Our journey through Japan's history will help you learn about its evolution and improve your English. Let's begin together. Chapter 1: Ancient Japan. The history of Japan begins in the Jomon period, which lasted from around 14,000 BCE to 300 BCE. During this time, people lived in small, scattered communities and relied on hunting, gathering, and fishing for their sustenance. The name Jomon, meaning cord-patterned, comes from the distinctive pottery decorated with cord markings that they produced. The Yayoi period, starting around 300 BCE and lasting until 250 CE, brought significant changes with the introduction of rice farming and metalworking, likely influenced by contact with Korea and China. The Yayoi people lived in larger, more structured communities and used tools made of bronze and iron. This period also saw the beginning of social stratification, as some individuals and families accumulated more wealth and power than others. Following the Yayoi period, the Kofun period, 250 to 538 CE, is named after the large tomb mounds built for leaders of the increasingly powerful clans. These tombs, known as Kofun, are key archaeological sites that provide insight into the social and political structures of early Japan. The Daisen Kofun, for instance, is the largest and is believed to be the tomb of Emperor Nintoku. During this period, Japan began to see the rise of a more centralized state under the Yamato clan, which played a crucial role in unifying the country and establishing a monarchy that continues to this day. Chapter 2: Classical Japan. The Asuka period, which lasted from 538 to 710 CE, was a transformative era in Japanese history, marked by the introduction of Buddhism from Korea. This new religion brought with it significant cultural and political changes. Prince Shotoku, a prominent figure during this time, played a vital role in promoting Buddhism and integrating Chinese cultural and political ideas into Japanese society. He is credited with creating the 17-article constitution, which emphasized principles such as harmony, ethical governance, and the importance of Buddhism. The Noro period, 710 to 794 CE, followed, named after the capital city of Noro, which became the first permanent capital of Japan. This era is noted for the establishment of large Buddhist temples, such as Tadaiji, which houses the great Buddha statue. It was also during this time that the first written histories of Japan, the Kojiki and Nihon Shoki, were compiled, documenting the myths, legends, and early history of the country. The subsequent Heian period, 794 to 1185 CE, saw the capital move to Heian-kyo, modern-day Kyoto, marking the height of classical Japanese culture. The Heian period is renowned for its sophisticated court culture, art, and literature, epitomized by works such as The Tale of Genji by Murasaki Shikibu, which is often considered the world's first novel. Aristocratic families, particularly the Fujiwara clan, held significant power, and the era is characterized by a delicate balance between the imperial court and these influential families. Chapter 3: Feudal Japan. The Kamakura period, 1185 to 1333 CE, marked the rise of the samurai class and the establishment of the first shogunate, a military government, by Minamoto no Yoritomo in Kamakura. This period was characterized by a shift in power from the aristocracy to the warrior class, with samurai following a strict code of conduct known as Bushido, which emphasized loyalty, honor, and martial prowess. The Kamakura shogunate successfully repelled two Mongol invasions in 1274 and 1281, which solidified its control over Japan. However, internal strife and financial difficulties eventually led to the shogunate's downfall. The Muromachi period, 1336 to 1573 CE, followed, under the Ashikaga shogunate, which established its headquarters in Kyoto. This era saw the flourishing of Japanese culture, with the development of the No theater, the tea ceremony, and the refined aesthetics of Zen Buddhism influencing art and architecture. Despite these cultural advancements, the Muromachi period was also marked by political instability and continuous conflicts among regional warlords, known as daimyo. The Sengo period, 1467 to 1603 CE, or the Warring States period, was a time of nearly constant military conflict, as these daimyo vied for control of Japan. This period of upheaval and fragmentation ultimately led to the unification of Japan under three powerful leaders: Oda Nobunaga, Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and Tokugawa Ieyasu. Their efforts paved the way for the establishment of the Tokugawa shogunate and a new era of peace and stability. Chapter 4: Edo period. The Edo period, 1603 to 1868 CE, began when Tokugawa Ieyasu established the Tokugawa shogunate, bringing an end to centuries of warfare and initiating a long period of peace and stability. The capital was moved to Edo, present-day Tokyo, which grew into a bustling metropolis. The Tokugawa shogunate implemented a strict social order, which separated society into rigid classes: samurai, peasants, artisans, and merchants. The policy of sakoku, or national isolation, was also enacted, severely restricting foreign trade and contact to prevent external influences from disrupting the shogunate's control. Despite this isolation, the Edo period was a time of economic growth, urbanization, and cultural development. The arts flourished, with the emergence of kabuki theater, ukiyo-e woodblock prints, and haiku poetry, the latter being popularized by poets like Matsu Basho. Education spread, literacy rates increased, and a vibrant merchant class began to challenge the traditional samurai elite's economic power. However, by the mid-19th century, internal dissatisfaction with the shogunate and external pressure from Western powers, notably the arrival of Commodore Perry and his black ships in 1853, forced Japan to end its isolationist policies. The signing of unequal treaties with Western nations exposed the weaknesses of the shogunate, leading to growing calls for the restoration of imperial rule and modernization of the country. Chapter 5: Modern Japan. The Meiji Restoration in 1868 marked the beginning of the Meiji period, 1868 to 1912 CE, a time of profound change and modernization for Japan. Emperor Meiji, with the help of his advisors, sought to transform Japan into a modern nation-state by adopting Western political, economic, and social systems. The feudal system was abolished, and a centralized government was established. The Meiji Constitution, enacted in 1889, created a constitutional monarchy with an elected parliament, although real power remained with the emperor and his close advisors. Japan rapidly industrialized, building railways, factories, and modern infrastructure. The education system was overhauled, emphasizing science and technology to foster a skilled workforce. The military was also modernized, leading to Japan's emergence as a regional power. Japan's victories in the Sino-Japanese War, 1894 to 1895, and the Russo-Japanese War, 1904 to 1905, demonstrated its growing military might and marked its arrival as an imperial power. The acquisition of Taiwan, Korea, and other territories expanded Japan's influence in Asia. The Taisho period, 1912 to 1926 CE, saw continued modernization and political change, with increased participation in international affairs and a movement towards greater democracy at home. Despite these advances, Japan faced significant social and economic challenges, including the impact of World War I and subsequent economic downturns. Chapter 6: Showa Period. The Showa period, 1926 to 1989 CE, began with Emperor Hirohito's ascension to the throne and was characterized by significant turmoil and transformation. The early Showa period saw Japan's increasing militarization and expansionist policies, leading to its participation in World War II. Japan's invasion of China in 1937 and its attack on Pearl Harbor in 1941 drew it into a prolonged and devastating conflict. The war ended in 1945 after the atomic bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki, leading to Japan's surrender and subsequent occupation by Allied forces. The occupation, led by General Douglas MacArthur, brought significant political, economic, and social reforms. The new constitution, adopted in 1947, established a democratic government, guaranteeing civil liberties and renouncing war as a means of settling international disputes. The post-war period saw Japan's remarkable recovery and economic growth, known as the Japanese economic miracle. By the 1960s and 1970s, Japan had become one of the world's leading industrial powers, known for its automotive and electronics industries. The latter part of the Showa period was marked by Japan's integration into the global economy and its emergence as a cultural superpower, with Japanese technology, fashion, and entertainment gaining international popularity. Chapter 7: Heisei and Reiwa periods. The Heisei period, 1989 to 2019 CE, began with the death of Emperor Hirohito and the ascension of Emperor Akihito. This era was marked by significant challenges, including economic stagnation following the burst of the asset price bubble in the early 1990s, leading to what is known as the Lost Decade. Despite economic difficulties, Japan remained a global leader in technology and innovation. The Heisei period also saw several natural disasters, including the Kobe earthquake in 1995 and the devastating 2011 earthquake and tsunami, which caused the Fukushima nuclear disaster. These events prompted Japan to strengthen its disaster preparedness and resilience. Culturally, Japan continued to influence the world with its pop culture, particularly through anime, manga, and video games. The Reiwa period, beginning in 2019 with Emperor Naruhito's ascension, continues Japan's journey of balancing tradition and modernity. The country faces ongoing challenges such as an aging population, economic reform, and adapting to the digital age. Despite these issues, Japan remains a country of innovation, resilience, and rich cultural heritage. Its hosting of the Tokyo 2020 Olympics, delayed to 2021 due to the COVID-19 pandemic, showcased Japan's ability to adapt and thrive in the face of adversity. Thank you for joining us on this detailed journey through Japan's history. From its ancient beginnings to its current status as a global leader, Japan's history is a testament to its resilience and adaptability. We hope you enjoyed learning about Japan and improving your English along the way. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Learn English with History for more exciting lessons. See you next time.